Man, sometimes I really wish I could just take my brain out and throw it in the trash can. It feels like as of recent, I've just been having a very hard time controlling my thoughts. And sometimes I wonder if that's even the goal, like if you should even be trying to control them. But some days it's just like, man, I really can't control my mind and I'm just angry constantly 24/7. And it's like every single thing that could happen with that or within the day that could make me angry makes me angry. And that's what I want to make the topic about today. Just anger, intrusive thoughts, and stuff along those lines. Because I feel like everybody's kind of going through that at this point in time. So I mean, like, as far back as I can remember, I just always had a memory of lashing out, losing control, having fits of rage when it came to things not going my way, especially in my younger years too. Like that was always the case. And I just can't even remember a time where I really ever practiced control, where I just kept myself from trying to spiral out in the moment and, exercising that stoicism, that self-control needed to not do that. And every single time I try to tell myself to not do it, I'm like, oh, like, all right, Tyven, like, just calm down. It's not that big of a deal, like, this won't even matter in like the next 5 seconds. But then, sure enough, I end up reacting to whatever made me angry. And it's really frustrating because in those moments that you can do better and you have the capability to like not make those decisions, but you just always end up falling back on what even though it's not doing you any favor. Like, I want you to imagine this, right? You made a fresh bowl of cereal, or just any kind of food for that matter, and right as you were going back to your room, you walked inside your doorway and you bumped into, I don't know, your dresser or something like that was right next to the doorway. And keep in mind too, like when you walked inside and bumped yourself, you didn't spill your drink, you didn't spill your food, and the bump didn't even hurt itself either. But then all logic goes out the window and you slam your plate of food down, you slam down your drink, and then you start banging like the crap out of your dresser or your entertainment center. Like, no kidding, that's literally what I did yesterday. All over my entertainment center, bumping into my leg when I walked into my room. Like, if that doesn't tell you the amount that I lack of self-control, then I don't know what will. And I've been in the position for the past few months of trying to, just trying to get that down, trying to really reduce that, those reactions I have, just that pure anger feeling I have. And through practicing stoicism and processing my emotions, just in general, I can say I've been pretty successful with it. But, there's been times here and there where I've like lost control, completely lost control, like I always do. And that really gets me down. And the hardest part about that is like moving forward from that, just moving forward from those mistakes you make and not holding it against you. Because, with how my mind works, I feel like, and I might not be the only one, but I have a very bad perfectionism mindset. Like, I've been trying to devote this week to just letting myself chill and relax and not really focusing too much on my problems right now and not getting in my head about it too much, because that's what ultimately leads to those mistakes. But I guess you could have imagined that yesterday I had a reaction and it got me pretty pissed, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like that's been happening every single week prior to. I try to completely devote those weeks to cracking down on my behavior and getting in control of my mind. But then, sure enough, every single time, I allow myself to feel the emotion, when I get upset. And then, instead of processing that emotion during any situation, I just allow that anger to fester and build up. And I feel myself, start cussing. I feel myself, my thoughts running. Like, man, this is actually making me upset. And the more that builds, the more I'm prone to, react. And the more I'm prone to, like, start clenching my fist and start saying stuff. And that's the part that I've been trying to cut out of my typical reaction process, I guess you want to call it that. Just that step in particular, because that's what I feel like has really been holding me back. And it's just very discouraging when you're in those moments and you feel yourself mess up again, for the 30 millionth time, 24/7. In those moments, knowing that you could have done better and you chose to make the same decision that doesn't work. You chose to be the literal epitome definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, even though you know it doesn't work, but you're still expecting a different result. And also, by the way, this is kind of unrelated to an extent, but I've seen a lot of people hate on the Spider-Man skin, the Secret Wars Spider-Man skin, and I don't know why, because I actually really like it. The color scheme is nice, and if I'm not wrong, you can correct me in the comments, but I think this is where the inspiration came from for Miles Morales. But I like I said, I could be completely wrong, but just let me know in the comments. Or at least the Miles Morales color scheme, the suit with the black and red webbing. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm making those decisions all the time, making the same decision at that all the time, knowing it doesn't work. It can really push you to a point of like insanity and like psychopathy, at least for me, because that's what I've been dealing with right now, and that's part of the reason I feel like I can't control my mind, is because I'm always hyper fixated on the fact that I need to do better, and then when I mess up, that kind of amplifies that same feeling like 10 times more, and it's like you're put into a hyper monitoring state, trying to be perfect and look out for every single time you feel angry, every single time you feel those thoughts rising, like, okay, crack down, stay calm, Tyven. And I'm getting really sick and tired of it. I cannot lie to you. Just that being on my mind, 24/7. I just want to get to a point to where I can wake up and enjoy my day and not have that as a priority on my list. Okay, like, make sure when you get angry, you really stay stoic and you really process your emotions. Like that should be a default, response for me, like everyone else. And I think everyone aspires to have that goal of self-control, getting to that level. But for me, it just feels like it's impossible. Like no matter what I do, and the anger itself brings a lot of depression along with that. So it's just a very bad concoction of multiple problems you're dealing with at the same time. And like right now, for instance, I'm kind of getting a little ticked off because I'm recording the voiceover for this video and I'm outside for some dumb reason, and the wind is blowing pretty hard. I don't know if you could hear that or pick up on that when I was talking, but the wind is blowing pretty hard and there's cars driving by that are super loud, so it's interfering with the voiceover of this. And these are one of the many things throughout the day that could test your patience and really test your willpower to do what's right in the moment, because I know for a lot of people, for me especially, it's very hard to not react in those moments. Your mind is constantly thinking every single negative scenario, every single instance of you doing what you want to do in the moment, even though you shouldn't do it, and it can really mess with your intentions to stay in control. But this channel is about self-growth, and that's what I intend to do going forward, and I want to make sure I'm making the best decisions going forward, and not trying to be perfect, because that's kind of what the the whole topic of this video was about, kind of in a sort of way, but making sure that I at least know I'm making the correct decision compared to last time, not making the same stupid mistake. And I really want to inspire y'all to do the same as well. So I guess that's my goal going forward. And one thing I've learned too, going through the daily motions, is that there's not going to be multiple times in the day where something goes perfectly the way you intend it to go. More often than not, things are not going to go your way, and things are going to tick you off and test your patience. So that's something that's comforting, but at the same time, it's a call to action to really get your behavior under control, and that's what I intend to do going forward. So I'm gonna try my best, after I finish editing this video to, go home, record some more gameplay, whatever comes my way. I will know how to deal with it, because that's, at this point, I really don't have any other choice, because if I keep continuing with my behavior, then I'm going to end up somewhere where I do not want to be. So, but yeah, this was my first, I guess, really long form upload. I hope whoever watched it enjoyed it. I apologize for like the pretty crappy editing. Like, I'm doing everything on my phone right now, so I don't really have much equipment right now to do some fancy editing and like make everything sound good and stuff like that. Like, I'm literally recording on my phone right now, so I apologize for that. But I plan to get some better recording equipment going forward. But yeah, that was my take on controlling your mind, controlling your intrusive thoughts, and I hope it helped some of y'all out there based on my experience and outlook. And I plan to make more videos like this. I'm going to try to post a video tomorrow, and 2 more shorts as well. But yeah, and also another thing, I'm going to be trying to stream as well. I got to get that figured out for my channel. I want to try to have my first stream next week. I'm going to play maybe Fortnite or Apex or some kind of game along the lines of that, some kind of battle royale. But yeah, I'll be streaming pretty soon as well. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and leave a like, a comment if something in the video helped you and you want to talk about it. I'm responding to all the comments, or at least trying to. So but yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.